Today, music is everywhere. We wake up to it, it accompanies advertisements, and it is even present in national anthems. Its influence is undeniable, beginning subtly but quickly spreading, from mouth to mouth, from radio to radio, from concert to concert, until it encompasses the entire world. But what is really hidden behind secular music? Why do so many artists resort to dark symbols in their performances? Is it possible that they are in cahoots with dark forces, such as the devil himself? In this documentary, we will explore how secular music artists have left an indelible mark on society, promoting dark symbols and lyrics through their songs. In addition, you will meet 7 artists who, according to popular belief, would have made dark pacts in exchange for fame and success. Before we continue, we'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic and what other topics you'd like us to cover in our upcoming videos. Let's get started. God is the origin of everything, including the creation of music. However, according to biblical accounts, Jubal was the first human being recognized as a musician in history. In Genesis chapter 4, verse 21, we read, "And his brother's name was Jubal, who was the father of all such as handle the harp and flute." The Bible explicitly states who the father of music was. Jubal, who was the father of all those who play the lyre and flute. The name Jubal means flowing stream. This man, a descendant of Cain and Lamech, was a prominent musician of his time. However, his music was not pleasing to God, as it had a sensual character. This style of music was one of the influences that contributed to the corruption of Sodom and Gomorrah. Today, music dominates almost everything. We wake up to music, advertisements use it, national anthems are music. It is everywhere. It is something that begins quietly, but little by little it expands by word of mouth, from radio to radio, from concert to concert, until it spreads throughout the world. Knowing that music has the power to transform consciousness, it has been used as a strong influence in human life. As Jimi Hendrix put it, you can use music to bring young people into a state of ecstasy, and in that moment, you can convey to them any message you wish. Several rock icons of the second half of the 20th century showed a notable fascination with a controversial figure, Aleister Crowley, also called the Great Beast, or 666. Crowley was a member of the Masonic sect known as the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn and founder of an esoteric organization called Astrum Argentium. Aleister Crowley is best known for writing the Book of the Law, which is based on the philosophy of do what thou wilt. This idea became a symbol and guide for youthful rebellion. He is also the author of Magic, a work in which he introduces antithesis, an occult technique that teaches how to read and write messages backwards. In the 1950s, the method known as the backward masking process, abbreviated as backmasking, gained great notoriety. It consisted of inserting subliminal messages. Led Zeppelin is said to have used this technique in their song Stairway to Heaven. If you play part of the song backwards, you can supposedly hear, "Oh, here's my sweet Satan, the one whose little path would make me sad, whose power is Satan. He'll give those with him 666. There was a little tool shed where he made us suffer, sad Satan." However, Robert Plant, the band's vocalist, strongly denies these accusations. In the 1970s, various subgenres of rock emerged, such as hard rock, heavy metal, and black metal, the latter linked to the dark wave, a gothic genre that had its origins in England and the United States. Within this movement is the rock band Black Sabbath, from which Ozzy Osbourne left to pursue his solo career. Ozzy, a faithful follower of Aleister Crowley's ideology, released albums such as The Ultimate Sin and Blizzard of Oz. On the cover of the latter, he is depicted as if he were possessed, surrounded by ritualistic elements such as horns, a skull, and a crucifix that he holds in his hand. Among the songs on this album, Mr. Crowley stands out, a song dedicated to the famous occultist. Another band that used satanic themes in the history of rock was Iron Maiden, a heavy metal icon that led the well-known new wave of British heavy metal. This was reflected in their album The Number of the Beast, which included the song of the same name. This song, considered one of the band's most emblematic songs, refers to the number 666, associated in the Christian Bible with the Antichrist. In addition, Iron Maiden vocalist Bruce Dickinson participated in the creation of a film in honor of Aleister Crowley, titled Chemical Wedding, and directed by Julian Doyle. In 1985, Tipper Gore, activist and wife of then Vice President Al Gore, founded the PMRC, Parents Music Resource Center, an organization designed to regulate the themes and behaviors present in rock music. This gave rise to the proliferation of rumors driven by conservative sectors and fundamentalist evangelical groups. One of the bands singled out was KISS, to whom the meaning of their acronym as Knights in Satan's Service was attributed. In addition, the design of the last two letters of the band's logo was criticized, which resemble lightning bolts, considered by some to be symbols used by Satanists to represent the fall of Lucifer from heaven. In the mid-1990s, Marilyn Manson, leader of the industrial metal band that bears his name, joined the Church of Satan, founded in 1966 by Anton Sandor LaVey. LaVey, known as the Black Pope, is also the author of the Satanic Bible. Another death metal band with satanic elements is Slipknot. On the cover of their album Hell Night, a 9-pointed star appears, with each point numbered to represent the band members. The drummer, Joey Jordison, mocks the figure of Jesus Christ and calls himself the Messiah of music. And the list goes on. It is not uncommon to hear or read that certain artists are linked to dark cults or sects, supposedly responsible for their success and fame. There are many famous people accused of being satanic or of having made pacts with the devil. However, today we will mention some of them who are exerting a great influence on youth. Number 1, Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift was accused of performing satanic rituals at concerts on her The Eras tour. Shane Lynch, Boyzone's singer, was the one in charge of launching these new accusations. Shane said he discovered Christianity through a friend, and in a statement to the Irish newspaper Sunday World, he said that several artists, including Taylor Swift, perform satanic rituals. Furthermore, he warned about the detrimental effects Swift's music can have on children. I think when you look at a lot of the artists out there, a lot of their shows are live satanic rituals in front of 20,000 people without them realizing it or acknowledging it, Lynch recently told Ireland's Sunday World. You'll see a lot of hoods and masks and burning ceremonies. Even Taylor Swift, one of the biggest artists in the world, you watch one of her shows, and she has 2 or 3 different demonic rituals that have to do with pentagrams on the floor, with all kinds of things on her stage. But for a lot of people, it's just art, and that's how people see it, unfortunately, he added. Taylor Swift, 34, has been accused of promoting demonic activity through her music. In her music video for Willow, she is shown participating in an occult ritual and has stated that her song sounds like casting a spell to make someone fall in love with you. In a remix of the song, she posted a photo on social media identifying herself as a witch. On her 2017 album Reputation, she references witch hunts, and in the song I Did Something Bad, she sings, "They're burning all the witches, even if you're not one." Kira Fontana, a former vocal coach in the music industry, expressed her disillusionment with the darkness she witnessed in the industry before she became a Christian. It's darker than most people would imagine. If you look at the lyrical content of the songs that are being played on the radio, it's incredibly immoral, dark, and anti-Jesus. When I started seeing the large percentage of songs and videos that leaned heavily in that direction, I came to recognize that it couldn't be an accident. People in very powerful positions are behind it. There are gatekeepers who want this content that we hear now to prevail in our society, Fontana said. She described Hollywood's influence on society as a poison, particularly for children, highlighting that the impact of this content goes beyond the city of Los Angeles and has repercussions on a global level. For her, it is essential that the church confronts this darkness, as it is causing profound damage to young people. Number 2, Lil Nas is an American rapper, singer, and songwriter. Lil sparked controversy with his song J. Christ, in which he openly and explicitly mocks God, openly challenging religious values. In the video, Lil Nas presents himself as a representation of Jesus Christ, welcoming various personalities into heaven, from former President Barack Obama to musicians like Michael Jackson. However, this is not, by any means, what has generated controversy and upset the more conservative public. The appearance of Lil Nas X in the video for J. Christ makes clear his intention to provoke. He is shown with long hair, a halo, and a choker necklace with the word "sexy" written on it. Shortly after, the rapper transforms into the devil and is seen in front of a cauldron from which human legs and arms emerge. She then plays a basketball game on a heavenly court against a demon, facing off in a one-on-one where she must shoot a basket held by angels. Later, she transforms into a cheerleader. The video goes on to show Lil Nas X crucified with a crown of thorns and shards of red crystals, simulating rubies, replacing the drops of blood. The references to the New Testament do not end there, as he also appears representing a shepherd, while in several scenes biblical quotes are included, such as the verse from Luke chapter 10 verse 18, "And he said to them, I saw Satan fall from heaven like lightning." Lil Nas X not only transforms into Jesus Christ in his controversial music video, but also adopts the figure of the Virgin Mary, represented posing in a glamorous photo call surrounded by photographers with lustful looks. In addition, he plays Noah, accompanied by his emblematic ark and the animals that symbolize his story. In fact, the video clip ends after the flood, with a printed on-screen quote from the second letter of St. Paul to the Corinthians chapter 5 verse 17. However, despite his track record, Lil Nas continues to court controversy and has released what are possibly the most controversial sneakers of the year. The Satan sneakers. Designed in collaboration with art collective MSCHF, this model is inspired by the Air Max 97 and features a bronze pentagram on the upper, an inverted cross, a biblical quote, and a drop of human blood on the air chamber of the soul. This extravagant feature has been the biggest draw for the 666 buyers who managed to sell out the models in just 1 minute after their launch. The price has also been the talk of the town, $1,108, a figure that refers to the same biblical passage illustrated on the side of the shoe. "I saw Satan fall from heaven like lightning." All of this has led to Lil Nas being considered satanic and seen as a bad influence on younger generations. Number 3, Eminem, is one of the most successful rappers in the United States. His determination to excel is said to have come about as a result of growing up in a deeply dysfunctional family environment. The abandonment of his father before his birth, the abuse he suffered at school during his childhood, and his mother's dependence on alcohol and illegal substances during his upbringing left a deep mark on his life. Eminem has admitted on several occasions what he believes is the key to his success. In his song "Say Goodbye to Hollywood," he openly declares that he sold his soul to the devil to become the rapper he is today. Number 4, Sam Smith. At the 2023 Grammys, Sam Smith and Kim Petras' controversial pop hit "Unholy" did not go unnoticed. This song, which has generated numerous opinions, exceeds 200 million views and won the Grammy for Best Pop Duo Group Performance. Madonna introduced the performance by asking the audience, "Are you ready for a little controversy?" During their performance, Sam Smith and Kim Petras appeared on stage dressed in red and accompanied by a large cast of dancers. To add even more impact, Smith wore a hat with horns. Due to the way the scene was staged, Sam Smith and Kim Petras have been accused on social media of practicing satanic rituals. A message that Smith made reference to the devil in just 30 seconds of his show became a trending topic on Twitter. Conspiracy theorists and conservative groups were quick to react, describing the performance as the start of a spiritual war. Conspiracy theorists and conservative groups were quick to react, describing the performance as the start of a spiritual war. "This is evil," he commented in response to a post by conservative commentator Liz Wheeler, who wrote, "They say not to fight the culture wars. Meanwhile, demons teach your children to worship Satan. It makes me want to vomit." Christian leader Ollie London took to social media to question St. Smith's performance at the 2023 Grammys. In his message, London accused the entertainment industry of promoting these acts. The entertainment industry continues to push Satanism among the youth. They want a world without Christianity, where people worship satanic idols like Sam Smith, Ollie wrote in his tweet. It should be noted that after her performance at the 2023 Grammys, Kim Petras gave an interview to Variety, where she spoke about the controversy and assured that she prefers to live as she likes rather than have a religion allow it. Number 5, Madonna. Known for her provocative style and penchant for challenging social and religious norms, Madonna. She has been accused of Satanism and mocking Christianity on several occasions throughout her career. These criticisms arise from various presentations and visual elements used in her career. First, during the Confessions Tour, 2006, Madonna performed Live to Tell suspended on a cross while wearing a crown of thorns, recreating a crucifixion. This action was harshly criticized by religious leaders in countries such as Germany, Italy, and Russia, who considered it a lack of respect for sacred symbols. Secondly, in January 2023, Madonna sparked controversy by participating in a photo shoot for Vanity Fair magazine, where she recreated Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper. In the images, she occupies the central place of the original painting that corresponds to Jesus, surrounded by half-naked women, which was interpreted by many as an offensive parody of a sacred moment for Christians. Also in this same session, Madonna posed representing the Virgin Mary with a heart pierced by 7 swords, a traditional symbol of the 7 sorrows of Mary. This episode adds to a series of actions throughout her career in which Madonna has used religious images and symbols in provocative ways, fueling debate about the boundaries between artistic expression and respect for religious beliefs. Number 6. Katy Perry. Katy Perry has been the subject of controversy due to her use of religious and pagan symbols in her performances and music videos, leading some to accuse her of promoting Satanism. Below are some of the elements that have generated these interpretations. First, in her live performances. At the 2014 Grammy Awards, during her performance of Dark Horse, Perry appeared dressed as a witch and surrounded by flames, which some saw as a depiction of a satanic ritual. Second, in music videos. In Dark Horse, the video features Perry in an Egyptian-themed setting, in which he used symbols related to the occult, such as the Eye of Horus. This was interpreted by some as an attempt to promote esoteric imagery. Third, on the album covers. On the cover of Witness, 2017, Perry appears with her eyes covered by hands and an eye in her mouth, which some interpreted as a reference to the third eye and Illuminati symbolism. We might think that Katy Perry's fame and success are due to her beauty and talent, but in a 2010 interview, the American singer revealed a very dark secret. She went so far as to say that her dream of being successful and famous came true thanks to a pact with Satan, and of course this confession shocked all of her fans. Number 7. Lady Gaga. This international celebrity is recognized for her extravagant style when it comes to making fashion choices, and after many years of seeking fame by playing in bars and giving small concerts, she achieved what she is today. Below are some of the reasons that support claims that Lady Gaga is satanic. First, symbolism in her videos and performances. Lady Gaga has repeatedly used images that some interpret as linked to the occult, Satanism, or secret societies. An example is the video for Alejandro, where she is seen surrounded by religious symbols and military iconography, which some interpreted as a reference to dark rituals. Also featured in the video for Bad Romance are images such as crucifixes and mysterious figures that some believe are allusions to Satanism. Secondly, provocative style and her statements. Lady Gaga has adopted a transgressive attitude in her music and fashion, often challenging social and religious norms. In several interviews, he has made comments that some interpreted as disparaging toward religion, such as when he said that his art is more important than anything, even religion. He has also used the symbolism of the all-seeing eye, or Eye of Horus, which is associated in some conspiracy theories with the Illuminati or occult practices. Dear listeners, the list goes on. Many think that this is just a show, a marketing strategy to sell more records under the banner of rebellion. From a Christian perspective, we must be aware that secular music is not only a form of entertainment, but also a vehicle for conveying messages. The lyrics, images, and symbols presented in music videos can sow seeds of confusion, doubt, and disobedience toward God's principles in the hearts and minds of listeners. The Bible teaches us that our thoughts and hearts must be guarded diligently, and that we must be cautious about what we let into our lives. For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. The occult and satanic symbols that some artists promote, although sometimes presented in subtle or disguised ways, can have a negative effect on our relationship with God. The worship of figures other than him, even if disguised as art or fashion, remains a way of diverting our attention from the one true path. In Ephesians chapter 5, verse 11, the Bible calls us to have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather to expose them, as what appears to be just harmless entertainment may actually have deep spiritual implications. To young people who are influenced by popular music, I urge them to be careful and aware of what they consume. It's easy to get caught up in the flow of culture and follow what everyone else is following, but as Christians, we are called to be light in a dark world. Music should be a tool to glorify God, to edify our lives, and to bring us closer to His presence. Instead of listening to messages that promote the occult and distancing ourselves from the truth, let us look for songs that inspire us to live in justice, love, and faith. It is therefore essential for young people and everyone in general to make prudent decisions when selecting the music they listen to. We must always remember that our true identity does not come from the world or what it offers us, but from Christ. This brings us to the end of this video. We sincerely hope that the information presented has been useful and enriching for you. Our goal is to provide content that not only informs, but also inspires and motivates reflection. We appreciate your time and attention and invite you to share your thoughts or questions in the comments. Your participation is valuable to us. Thank you for joining us and see you next time. God bless you.